I made an accidental discovery, and I want to know if anyone else has noticed this, or is it something new? So when I uppotted my pepper plant, halfway through the batch must have spilled some seeds into my soil, and this happened. So let's take a look at what I noticed from this accident. I need to know what y'all think because I noticed something significant. So let's look at it together. Okay, I want to start off with saying the soil is the exact same soil. They've been in the same tray together and they've been watered the same, had the exact same light. Nothing is different except these had friends growing with them and these did not. I know a lot of people say when you plant peppers outside that they like to hold hands, so they like to be somewhat close together. And I've always done that as best I could when I planted them outside. But here we are. These little guys had friends, and I have to get these out of here because now it's too much now. It's not working. But look, I'm going to have to take some out for you to even see it. But look at this one pepper. Okay, these were planted at the same time. And let's get the biggest one here. I think this one might be one of the biggest. I mean, look at the difference. Look at the difference. Has anyone ever experienced this? So now I have all of these pepper plants. Now I have all these tomato plants to share. So the only conclusion I've come to is that they do like friends. I don't know if anybody has any scientific advice about this. I personally think it might have to do with energy under the soil. Maybe the roots just like company. I don't know. But let's separate out some of these because I don't want these to go to waste. I'm not going to keep them all, but between me and some friends, we'll enjoy them. And I think this might be ground cherry. I'm not sure. So it'll be a big surprise, but it'll be a fun surprise. So another thing I noticed in comparison, these are the seed roll method I've been doing. You can see, and I have a video linked on that. But look how much happier they are. And these were actually slower to germinate than these. And here is, so someone was asking me in comments, how did this save space when I talked about the seed roll? That's a whole nother video, but I will show you here how it does save space. And I do like it for the peppers, at least so far. I'm sure every plant is different. So here I have unrolled them and you can see how long these roots are. These aren't getting any roots at all coming out of the bottom, and these have nice long root structures. And what I've noticed is that the roots are growing almost like you would see in a textbook. They're growing straight down and out. As you see, they're not stuck together at all. If I had planted these, and we'll look in here and see, but if I had planted these all in one container like this, I would have had to up pot them by now into individual containers. And in this method, I don't think I'm going to have to do that. And these are coming right apart. They are not, look, they're not sticking together. They're coming right out and they're not tangled. And they're not in a pot with the roots being contained and they go round and round and get contained with the others or tangled with the others. These, where this is in between, they just go straight down and get such a stronger root base. And look up here. Look at that. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. There's a technique where you try to train the roots to do this, and it requires a lot of effort to get good, strong, long roots. And this is doing it automatically. I don't know what that method is, but there's a method. I've never done it. So, and we're just going to get these rolled back up, and they need watered. So we'll get them watered. Let's take a look at what is in here. What I'm going to do is, let's take a look. Let's gently get this out. Now, look at how all the roots are all intertwined. Now, I can feel these tearing and breaking as these come off. Now, I'm being real gentle. And they'll be fine. I mean, these will plant. I'm going to keep those separate, and that's good because I wanted some ground cherries. And they've all been in here the same amount of time as those rolls and as these. Now, I'm going to leave this. Those aren't all his roots, but I'm going to leave them all there and not disturb his roots as much. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 in one of these because I think they like friends. I think they are lonely if they're by themselves. I'm going to plant 2 together and then some individually and see how they do. This has been a fun growing season because I've got to do a lot of experimenting, and it's been very enlightening. So if any of you already know this, please share with me what you know and share with everybody else in the comments. I'm going to get the rest of these potted up and come back and show you how I do these up in the seed rolls, and we'll do the ground cherries and this tomato, and we'll just call it surprise tomato. Okay, so you can see what I've done here is I did 3 with friends, 3 of the bigger ones individually, so we can compare these to these, and then these are the ones that have been this way since up potting. So we'll check back in a few weeks and see how they look. Now let's get the surprise tomatoes and ground cherries in the seed rolls. Let's start with the ground cherries, and this is just some packing paper that I have folded multiple times. So how I do the seed rolls when I'm up planting something is and I'm just using the soil I took out of those pots. And
if you're not familiar with this, this is a method of seed starting called a seed roll, and I have a video on that linked at the end.
I leave a little on the end to fold over and on each end. And then I will just start laying them.
And as you can see here, I've also used this method to up pot seedlings as well.
And the ground cherry is in the tomato family, so I'm planting them a little deep so they can root from the stems because tomatoes do that. I have found that painter's tape works pretty darn good. And then I can label right onto the painter's tape what we have here. So there's one. Here are a lot of the mystery tomatoes, and I'm going to plant this down deep.
And I'm not a fan of plastic, but I am recycling some polystyrene that was in a package we'd received, so I think that's a win-win.
And again, more recycled. I don't mind using this because it would just be going in the trash otherwise.
I just wanted to show you a way that I get creative in coming up with free material to do the seed rolls. I also use paper feed bags from the chickens, and anything else I can think of. So if you got any ideas, drop a comment. I'd love to hear what you would use. And the seed rolls of the mystery tomato, tomatillos, or ground cherries, we shall see. They turned out really nice.
My accidental conclusion is that pepper plants do like to hold hands and have friends from seedling to mature plant. This is new to me. I was excited to discover it by my messy accident.
And we'll check back in a few weeks to see if these guys catch up or if the ones that have friends do better.
But my name's Loanna. This is a little bit of homestead, and I thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next time.